Oh my gosh, guys, if you haven't heard me talk about, first of all, happy Thanksgiving. I know I haven't done an actual video in a while, but this warranted jumping in and talking about, and that is Planet Zoo Animal Talks are a thing. They're coming. And Shantae posted on the forums just a little bit ago, like not even an hour ago. She says, "Hey, zookeepers, over the next few weeks, we will be revealing what we've been working on since our Planet Zoo Australia pack. We can't wait for you all to see. Today, we wanted to take the opportunity to tell you about a new feature the team have been working on, which will be added into the base game of Planet Zoo for free, and we think you'll be excited for. Animal Talks." She then goes on to say, "Animal Talks are staple activities in zoos where educators will share insight into their animals housed at their zoos and share more about conservation efforts. Like in real life, we wanted these Animal Talks to benefit both your guests and your zoos. Let's go into detail about how they work so you can get an idea of how to use them in Planet Zoo." So, what she started with is, it says, when you'd like to set up an area for a talk to happen, you will need to place an animal talk point, kind of like the Vista points with Planet Coaster. These points need to be placed near a habitat barrier or an exhibit to work correctly. They function similarly to the education items and need to be in range of what they are educating the guests about. Make sure you provide enough space on the path for the animal talk, as once guests join to spectate, they can take up a fair bit of room on the path. But who can blame them? Who wouldn't want to be excited to learn more about the wonderful animals you have in your zoos? Animal Talks work in a similar way to education boards, where you will need to set them up for a certain type of animal. Once you've set up the area, hire an educator, a new type of staff, who will be hosting the Animal Talks. You can schedule the talks and, if you do it well, can have one educator take care of multiple talks throughout a year. After guests gather around to watch the animal talk, the educator will commence the session. You'll see some animals also walk over to see what all the commotion is about, and if you're lucky, sometimes to join in. If you set the animal talk point up so that the back of it is towards the habitat and there are no obstructions such as water, then the educator may also throw food into the habitat during the talk. Depending on the species, this will not be available for every animal. With the Animal Talks comes a new information panel. Each talk can be set up for one habitat or exhibit and one species of animal. Through this panel, you will be able to enable and disable animal talk points, pick an animal species for the talk, pick a month to schedule the talk. It will take place annually, that month, every month. Assign an educator to the animal talk point, assign the animal talk to a work zone, select music which will play while the talk is not in use. That's really cool. Like, you know, you go by the shows and stuff at Animal Kingdom, if the show's not going on, they still have like that ambient music going. And lastly, see if your placement of the animal talk point will allow your educator to throw food in. So there'll be like a little radius to see if that syncs up. There is also a new management tab for Animal Talks. In this tab, you can see list of animal talks, location of the talks, habitat or exhibit talk point type, assigned habitat, assigned animal species. A talk can only be for one species. Month the talk is scheduled, and is a work zone assigned to the talk. And then she wraps up and said there are a few things to keep in mind for the Animal Talks. Educators with higher training will increase the amount of happiness and education that guests receive, which will benefit your zoos through donations. An animal talk will be canceled if the educator does not turn up within the prep period, which is used to gather around guests or the talk duration. Be mindful of your scheduling, as while one educator can do several talks, you'll need to carefully plan to prevent your talks from being canceled. An animal talk point will disable if their habitat or animal is invalid, so keep an eye on them when your animals, while you move your animals around your habitats. And she says, we hope you've enjoyed learning about our Animal Talks, and we'll be revealing when you can get your hands on them in just a few weeks. We can't wait to show what else we've been working on, and we're looking forward to ending this year on a high note with you all. Make sure to stay tuned to our official channels for any news and announcements. So yes, this is exciting stuff, guys. I mean, I know in a lot of these streams we've been doing, Drew and I have relentlessly talked about the animal show, or the talker keeps with the little microphone like we saw in the original trailer. So maybe Seems like that needed a little more work, but that is something that appears to definitely be happening. So that is something to get excited for. And like we said, they're talking about ending the year on a high note. So that also leads us to believe we will have a DLC sometime in December. So stay tuned right here for more Planet Zoo news and definitely some more speculation on its way. So thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with more Planet Zoo mischief. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Leave your comments down below on how stinking excited you are on the official confirmation of Animal Talks coming to Planet Zoo. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you. See ya.